Hello and welcome to Poet and Priestess Community. This is Annie, and I'm here to give you a little orientation. So when you arrive, you are going to be in the main part of the community, and if you click on topics, you will see these topics. And this is kind of the general stuff that's useful for the whole community right here in the center of the community. So we're going to come back here in a minute, but first I'm going to show you the 3 most important things to do to get settled and started. You want to go over here to the top right under the circle and click and go to settings. This is where you can control everything. You can change your email address in the account. You can edit your profile, change the sounds, and most importantly, you can fix your notifications. You'll find it's set default is a lot of emails that come to you when all these different things happen. So you need to turn them off. Turn off most of them, and you might want to set it so the email frequency is just the daily digest instead of everything. So once you do that, you'll find it's much calmer. You probably don't want all these emails they want to send you. So turn those right off. The next step is to make sure you get the app. You can get the app here again under settings. Text me the app. You can also get it from your phone directly in the App Store, Mighty Network, and then then put in the name Poet and Priestess, and you'll get right there. You can also get to it through the welcome email that you'll find right here, or the welcome message you'll find right here in the welcome section. So however you do it, get the app for your phone, fix your notifications, and then the next thing you want to do is set up your profile with your picture, some information, a background image is really nice, description. You can choose your condition from the list, which is a lot of fun, or you can make your own. You see people on the site who have these fun tags that's called a condition. You can add information. People can see like what circles and classes and things you belong to. But the main thing is just your picture and your About You section. Anything else you want to add. So once you've done that, then it's time to sort of look around the site. And as I said, the main area, which this is the icon for, the home area, has things that are useful for everybody in the community. So you'll find a welcome section, which has this welcome guide that has a lot of the information in this video. And when you want to get back oriented, just put yourself back to topics. That's where you can see what's going on. Here's a question and answer area, a place for people to network, a place to list your books for sale or your books that you want to promote, a place to sell objects. Here's all the members' books. We have some wonderful writers in this community. Then you go back to topics to go to the next stuff. This area is where you can sell products, also sell self-published books. You can also show your artwork in this other topic, the art gallery. You can also share your favorite cultural treasures, and this is our gathering spot for the whole community, our sacred tree. So these are all the topics. Now, this isn't really where the discussion happens. This is just kind of general services. So the discussions all happen here in the circles. So you'll also find, by the way, events will be here, events and topics for the whole community. So here's the open house orientation, community-wide chat. We've had all kinds of great events in the past. So they're all listed here. And you can propose events if you think of something that'll be good for the community. So when you're in this area, in the general area for the whole community, the events and the topics will be events and topics that apply to everybody in the whole community. But this isn't where the discussions are. The real stuff happens in these circles. which is where the discussions happen. There are 5 circles, one for each of the 5 directions of a sacred circle: east, north, west, south, and center. So east is devoted to poetry, north is devoted to magic, west to community, south to feminism, and the center is for ritual and performance. So I would suggest that you join all of the circles, or at least most of the circles. If you have any interest in poetry at all, or any interest in magical, witchy stuff, those would be great. This one for the West is really about community, so if you want to get to know people in the community at all, this is the place to do it. And feminism is, of course, interesting to a lot of people. This center circle is probably a little smaller. That's just for people who are really into performing and ritual. But generally, you'd want to join 4 or 5 circles, I would say. The more the merrier. And once you're in a circle, you can then join the topics in the circle to make sure that you don't miss what's going on. So, for example, the West, once you arrive, click on topics. And this is all about getting to know the other people in the community. So getting to know each other. This is Senta, who was sort of the host of this circle, is a wonderful practitioner of somatic intelligence. This is where you can share just what's going on with us. And there's a dream circle and anti-racism discussion going on. And this is within all these wonderful free offerings, there is a premium paid circle where you can have a more intensive experience. So each circle follows the same basic format. And when you want to move between circles, you need to go back to the network, click again on circles, and you'll see this list. So we just looked in the West. Now we might look in the North. You noticed in the West everything was blue. In the East, everything is yellow. This is very helpful when you're on your phone to see that things are sort of color-coded. So that way you can tell easily which circle you're in. Always go to topics when you arrive in a circle. So in the East, you see we have topics that have to do with poetry, and the color is yellow. So you can have discussions about meter, scansion, form, women's poetry. This is a workshop area, a place to introduce yourself, which is really important to do. An anthology, events. You can announce your own events. You can get feedback on your career advice, poetry career. And also here's the call to reform, which is the premium circle. This is one of the paid circles, and this is where I do scansion help for people who are taking my classes and are just trying to get a little extra support with the scansion in between classes and things like that. So there are also events. There are going to be events in the East, open mics and poetry type events. Those will be starting up soon. So if you're interested in poetry, definitely join this circle, and you can see all the other poetry folks listed here under the members. So if you want to switch now, say we want to go check out the South, that's where the feminism is happening. We go back to the network, we click on circles, or we have circles already selected. So then we can go down to the South, and here everything is color-coded red. This is global feminism. Again, when you arrive in a circle, always click on topics so you can see what's going on. And you can see topics on Me Too, on reproductive freedom, feminist writing. This is a place for all genres writing about feminism. And we are probably going to be having this abortion circle. We're not quite sure actually what's going on with the premium circle here. But this is a great place for discussion of feminist issues. So there are each of the circles is really fun. North is a circle that I'm especially excited about. Again, when you arrive in a circle, always click on topics. The North is green, and I'm doing this circle with Deborah Roth, who's a wonderful priestess, and this is a circle that's devoted to magical living, strategies for earth-centered, goddessful living, sharing songs, meditations, talking about sexuality, creativity, and then here we have the premium circle, which is a private ritual circle, so it's a more intense experience. So again, there will be events here. So each of these circles, whether you're interested in the magical stuff in the north, the poetry in the east, the feminism in the south, or the west, which is where people really communicate and get together as a community, everybody. These are all really wonderful free discussions available to everybody, and that's where the real stuff is happening. So I urge you all to join these circles, and that's really basically it. The classes, poetry classes that I teach are all listed here under classes, and the magic of rhythmic writing is available to everyone, whether or not you're a poet or have any poetry background. The others are basically poetry classes. So, and the matrix is where they take place, where the classes take place, and our events as well, many of our events. So that's basically it. The circles are where the discussions are. The conditions are a fun way to check out the different people who are sharing your conditions. We have 2 people called Gaia, 3 Hecate willing crones. That's kind of fun to check out. And then the events and topics when you're in the main community are for everybody, but otherwise the real discussions are in the circles. This is our bookstore up here. Check it out. Okay, that's it. Have fun, and I really look forward to seeing you in the discussion circles. Take care. Bye.